Hello, CP.
Hello, Mrs. Glasson.
Well, today I am going to be interrupting your well-earned retirement with some questions about planning. Firstly, in English writing exams, what should you do in the planning section? Are plans marked?
Well, to answer the second question first, almost certainly not are plans marked. In all the areas I've marked in, 11 plus exams especially, plans have not been marked. Additionally, if you're doing A-level or GCSE, and again, if you're watching this and doing an exam board which operates abroad, you should check with your teachers, schools and exam providers. But in my experience, plans are never marked.
Fantastic advice. So next, where should students plan?
Well, in some centres, you will be given a separate planning paper, which might be collected in separately, or it might be a page which is part of the answer booklet you're writing in. And one other thing, if you need to plan and there appears to be nowhere to plan, there's nothing to stop you using the question paper to write plans on.
Excellent. And also, to make sure that there's no doubt as to what is the plan and what is the essay.
Well, that is absolutely crucial, Mrs. Glasson. I speak with over 33 years, believe it or not, of experience as an 11 plus SATs, GCSE and A-level exam marker, and nothing annoys examiners more, other than students who use a pencil instead of a pen, than when they take the time to mark something, when examiners are marking something, only to discover that they did not have to mark it because it was really part of the plan. It's a complete waste of time, and it can all be easily avoided if you just cross through your plan when you've made it, or before you finish the answer.
Brilliant.
Make sure that you're not getting an examiner to read something that they don't need to.
Definitely not. So what should students write in the planning section?
Well, I've seen a mixture, sometimes just one or two words and sentences, which is rarely enough, and then they forget that when they're actually writing the answer what they wanted to say, to practically the whole essay written out as a draft, which is too much, and give the false impression that that's supposed to be the answer. You need to show that you've understood the question, and I would advise bullet points, not full sentences, but maybe phrases. And for a reasonable answer, you're probably going to need 5, 6 or 7 relevant separate points.
One of the main things is to answer the question fully, the key words which were in the question, and also understand the target audience. But we will address those issues and those questions another time. So
I agree. And then you'll be able to plan precisely. I would say, as I've already said, plan in bullet points and a consistent and coherent which you want to make the points.
Brilliant. And this brings us to acronyms or mnemonics, which are fine. I know you're not that keen on them, but I suppose they're fine if students understand that they're just a little reminder, and that, for example, with literary techniques, how many times have we seen this? You do not need to use all of them. I think I've seen, tutors who are clearly not English teachers instructing their poor students to throw in every single literary technique, and all that does is ruin their writing and their chances of passing that exam. And the key words for the higher band of the mark scheme: appropriately and effectively. You can't just throw them in. It's a work of art. You have to craft it, and so you have to use the list effectively. Anyway, CP, some final words on plans for writing exams.
My advice is always write a plan, and a reasonably detailed but short form plan, for example, bullet points. Consult it to keep you on track and to ensure that you remember the points that you wanted to make and answer the question fully. And again, I stress that plans are not marked, so do not write, if you run out of time, C plan. Take my advice, and before you run out of time, just briefly bullet point what you would have gone on to say.
Thank you, CP. Great advice as always. All about planning. Thank you for that question, and keep sending the questions in. Goodbye, parents and students, and goodbye, CP.
Goodbye.